Ciao comrades, 2025 is here, and if you thought Vita Homebrew is gonna be slowing down, you would be wrong, because we're just getting started and there were already plenty new interesting homebrews released. So let's check them all out. First is a port of Dethrace, aka a reverse engineered original Carmageddon from 1997, done by Renegade. I like Carmageddon, I remember playing it on my PC back in the day, wreaking havoc and plowing through the pedestrians. That were great times, and now are even better times, because I can play it in the palms of my hands. Carmageddon was already playable on the Vita, the PS1 version via Adrenaline, but this is the port of decompiled old PC version, which runs natively, and I always prefer these definitive versions over anything else. I've been trying it out, and it plays great. I've installed the Splat Pack expanded version with several new cars, power-ups and levels added. I would recommend you doing the same. You're gonna need official game files to get the game running. You just need to put them inside UX0 data/Dethrace folder and install VPK. It is also recommended to remap the buttons, otherwise your gas and brake are up and down arrows, which kinda suck. Say your prayers. Next we have a port of Magic Tower, done by Chinese guy. This is an old school 2D RPG kind of game. It is in Chinese language, but it is not as hard to figure out what to do and how to proceed. You are going through the maze, killing monsters, collecting keys, unlocking doors, and drinking potions, among other things. It is not bad, it has very old school vibes. It runs okay. If it's something of an interest for you, it was shared on our Discord, feel free to check it out. Third new release is also from a Chinese developer, and it is called Arafell. This one luckily can be put into English language in the settings, which is great because it is a turn-based JRPG with a lot of reading and text. It runs pretty good. I've noticed some stutter here and there, but overall solid port with nice graphics, and even stories seem to be somewhat interesting. I think it's worth trying out, especially if you are into old Final Fantasy style of RPGs. It was also shared on our Discord. Fourth amazing release is a port of Doom RPG 2 by Rin. It is based on a reverse engineered version created by GEC team, so huge thanks to all of them. We have already received port of Doom RPG 1, I love it, and now we have also received second part, and I gotta tell you, I love it even more. If you've never played it, it's your classic Doom from first person perspective, but now it is turn-based RPG. I know it doesn't really make sense, but if you are a fan of normal Doom, I'm absolutely 100% certain you're gonna like this one as well. Compared to the first part, it has way better graphics, more weapons, new monsters, hardware accelerated OpenGL renderer, native resolution support. You can still cut monsters to pieces with chainsaw, which feels great, and I couldn't get enough of it. To get it running, you need to follow setup instructions, install VPK and put game files into the folder. If you get stuck or you get an error, there is always our Discord. This is an exceptional game that is a strong candidate for a port of the year for the 2025. I know we are just getting started, but man, this is a hard one to overcome, at least for me. I summed it up nicely with the words in my native language after my short playthrough.
Husto to jak svinia. Tu by som mohol hrať do nekonečna. Ale musíme natáčať video. Takže let's get on.
There was an update for Dolmexica Infinite, the Mugen interpreter, to the version 1.6 with a bunch of new features added. You can see all of them on the screen right now. And thanks to this latest 1.6 update, we have received a brand new port of Street Fighter 1 Mugen Remake. This is a port of first Street Fighter game, or remake in different engine. If you are a fan, you know what to do. Creator wrote a few nice words about it. He is hoping to inspire more potential developers to create homebrew for Vita, and I appreciate it. You can see all notable differences to the original version on the screen. They might get fixed in the future. There are just some minor things, nothing major. To install it, you don't need any additional game file. Next, we have a new interactive movie called La Deuda. I think it means death. It is fully in Spanish, the dialogue as well as the text, so only install if you can speak Spanish, otherwise it's not really worth it. Now I would like to send a big up to the new Patreon, Sebastian Lozano, and to the new channel member, Neushastik, and to all of my old ones as well. Your contribution means a lot, I just want you to know that. Plus, it makes me happy, and when I'm happy, I sing. I think you noticed. I wanna tell you that I'm not the only one who fades away into homebrew world and install all the madness that exists. I wanna dedicate one big thanks to you watching this now, and all the Patreons that keep saying Vita ain't go nowhere. Ain't go nowhere, ain't go no. Ain't go nowhere, ain't go no. Renegatamente has also released 2 more new ports. Yeah, I know, his start into 2025 is a big one. I think he's got some spare time to fill, and I'm pleased to see he spends it in a Vita Homebrew Underworld. So, Bugdom 2 is first of them, originally developed by Pangea Software. I learned it finally, not Pangea but Pangea. I'm proud of myself. It is a 3D console quality action adventure game. You play as a grasshopper Skip McFly. You are exploring areas, completing tasks and collecting items. The graphics are stunning, frame rate is stable, and what's more, there are some comrades in arms helping him. Yeah, it's in the description, I think it means us. So go and help him, it's completely for free. Second one is a port of OttoMatic, developed by the same guys, therefore it has very similar graphics and action-adventure gameplay. But now, very important, you can get gun and shoot it into enemies among kicking and jumping. I have never played it before, but I liked it straight away. If you are not into Bugdom 2, this one is much more fun. It's also for free, so I think it's definitely worth installing. There is nothing to lose, you can only gain in this intergalactic adventure for all ages. Next, we have 4 beta releases by MrKane. This is the creator of Vita Hot, very solid recreation of Superhot. So the idea is pretty simple. He created these 4 simple demos to showcase the base idea behind each game. He is planning to finish only one game. Which one? Well, that is up to us. He created Patreon, where you can join from just $1 and vote for the one you like the most. Here are all 4 of them. First one is Cartoon Combat Flying Circus, a strategy flight combat game. Second is a Black Sails Curse of the Deep. It is intended to be a combination of Assassin's Creed Pirates for mobile with the humor and storytelling of Monkey Island. Third is a Chasing Down, Metroidvania with a branching pathway and story structure. And fourth is a Road of Mayhem. You're running in a parkour style through the zombie-infested roads. MrKane released also a video on his YouTube channel where he explained everything in more detail. Feel free to check it out, link is down below. I've joined his Patreon. I really like Chasing Down, but it says in there that the development is gonna be longer, over 1 year. I think it's gonna be worth it, so I'm keeping my vote in there, and I guess we'll see what's gonna happen. Next we have a huge update 0.5 for DS Vita emulator. I've made already shorter showcase video where I tested 15 games. This update brought a lot of goodness to the table, lot of performance improvements, and it fills me with hope, because some games are already playable. What a surprise! Hexflow Custom Launcher is now on version 2.7 with some minor improvements. This is not a bad launcher, but I personally prefer RetroFlow Launcher that has also received an update to the version 7.2. I think many people also prefer it because it has over 120,000 downloads on the VitaDB website alone, and that is a lot. This update added System Applications category, that means it will now show up applications like Settings, PS4 Remote Play, etc. inside of the launcher. Previously, this wasn't possible, you had to back out of the launcher and then go normally through the bubble, but now it is possible. There were some improvements for N64 and SNES box spacing, and PSP Homebrew is now listed in the PSP category rather than in PSX category. This kind of launcher makes the browsing of our games a much more eye-pleasing experience, and I think we all love good eye-pleasingness. Last but not least, we have an update for Hollow Knight by Patnos D. He fixed some broken animations in main menu, controller button glyphs, right stick movement in the app, and most importantly, he reduced CPU usage by optimizing components of the Playmaker plugin. He also improved scene loading times, and he began to preload sound effects audio clips to prevent CPU lag spikes during playback. I've been trying the new update and I like it. There is not much difference compared to the latest version, it is a smaller update, but into the right direction, which I can always appreciate, and I think you too. If you enjoyed this video, show it some love with a like and comment. I would like to thank you all for watching. Thanks to all of my channel members and Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!
No poď, mám chainsaw, dám ťa dole. Na jedenkrát, kamarát.